So 2012 is just around the corner, so it's almost time to get out there and vote. Um, a story that has been circulating a lot in blogs and vlogs throughout the Twitter sphere has been the possibility of Obama swapping Vice President Joe Biden with Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for the ticket. Supposedly Joe Biden had always wanted to be Secretary of State, and when the election was held in 2008, there was such acrimony between the Clinton camp and the Obama camp that they decided to go ahead and offer the vice presidential slot to Joe Biden because he was very boring, very bland. He only got like 3% of the vote in the primaries, so he wasn't really a threat to Clinton himself. They sort of saw Hillary Clinton as a threat. She had, personality that was just as big as Barack Obama's. So they really didn't want to give Clinton that slot on the ticket. They thought as Secretary of State, her popularity would be higher. And I'm beginning to think maybe that was calculated for 2012 because they probably knew the economy was going to be in the crapper for a couple of years, and they might need someone to bail Obama out come 2012. And by that time, she would have, 3 years on the ticket as Secretary of State. And if they just swap her and Biden out, there's a lot of good things that could come from Obama making that decision. First of all, Democrats haven't had the White House for 12 straight years since FDR. Now, the Republicans did that with Reagan. They had Reagan, and then Vice President Bush became president right after Reagan left office. I think the Democrats should probably be thinking about that now. If they move Clinton to the Veep spot, if they win re-election 2012, that will set her up easily for a presidential run in 2016. And possibly even 2020 if she wins. But if she won the presidency in 2016, they would have the White House for 12 years, which they hadn't done since FDR. They can get a lot of things done with 12 years because you can influence the Supreme Court. There's obviously going to be more openings on the Supreme Court in the next couple of years. Clinton also has sky-high polling numbers. Even though Obama's numbers have been trending upwards, a more popular vice president on the ticket can do nothing but help. Because Joe Biden, no one knows who Joe Biden is. Except for when he makes a gaffe on the mic, everybody knows who Joe Biden is when he does that. But he's not very popular. And electorally, you want a vice president from a state with a lot of electoral votes. I suspect that Donald Trump, just for the simple fact that recently he switched his party affiliation from Republican to Independent, he's planning on running for president regardless of who the Republican nominee is going to be. And since he's from New York, that is a threat to anyone who's trying to pick up New York, whether it's Republican or Democrat. He's going to take a lot of votes. Despite the Occupy Wall Street protests, a lot of New York still identifies with Donald Trump. He's very big business. They probably would feel that he is a safer candidate to put their vote on economically. So if you had Hillary Clinton on the ticket, you'd have a better chance of picking up New York and all those electoral votes that you would get from winning New York. You'd only get 3 measly votes with Joe Biden since he's from Delaware. And even though New York is more than likely going to go Democrat, regardless of who is running, it still would help, having Clinton on the ticket. It would also help in Arkansas, where she's still pretty popular as the First Lady of Arkansas, so you might even be able to pick off Arkansas in the 2012 elections with that. I think Hillary would also bring a lot of key voting constituencies back to Obama in the polling booth, specifically women. The primary voters that were very bitter in the 2008 election, they absolutely hate Obama with a passion for the fact that he beat Hillary Clinton. there was a lot of people out there that wanted a female president. And those people might be, a couple years have passed, they might actually be more open to an Obama-Clinton ticket if she is on the ticket. They'd be more likely to go out and vote rather than just sit home and not vote at all, which is a possibility if they totally detest Obama. And also, Obama could pick up more of the gay and lesbian constituency, because Clinton has been known as a very pro-gay rights supporter. If you missed her speech a couple weeks ago at the UN, you probably need to view that. I mean, it was a very, very good speech. It was very inspiring. I would even call it a presidential speech. It was that good of a speech. And it really, really got a lot of people moving behind her. You know, she's popular Secretary of State, but a lot of people really, really, really support Hillary Clinton right now. And the healthcare debate is the fifth reason why you'd want her on the ticket. Hillary Clinton was the face of the healthcare debate in the 1990s when President Bill Clinton was in office. She was the one that was campaigning for healthcare. She was the face of healthcare reform at that time. Newt Gingrich and the Republicans trashed her as often as they could, and healthcare reform didn't pass, obviously, until Obama got in the White House. And I think that with 2012 coming up, you know that the healthcare debate is going to be a campaign issue, and it's basically going to be under threat once 2012 comes around, because the Republicans in Congress, they want to repeal healthcare reform. As Hillary Clinton would be vice president if she's on an Obama-Clinton ticket, she would go back to the Senate. She would be another vote in the Senate, a tie-breaking vote, basically. She's the head of the Senate as vice president. That one vote could be very crucial to keeping healthcare reform as it is, or protecting it from possible repeal, or having parts of it chopped up. She would be very, very monumental in keeping that bill as it is. So, those are my opinions on why we should have an Obama-Clinton ticket, and I'm pretty sure that it will happen. Because at this point in the previous election cycles, when Clinton was running in 1996, at a midway point of that year before the run-up to the election year, his campaign materials said, clearly, Clinton Gore. So you knew Gore was running again as vice president. Same thing with George Bush in 2004. I mean, it clearly showed on all his campaign materials. Bush, Cheney. Cheney was his vice presidential candidate. If you notice with Obama, the campaign materials now say Obama 2012. There's no vice presidential candidate listed in underneath. Now Joe Biden isn't going out and campaigning for, Obama. And he just says he wants Obama reelected. He hasn't even, really said for sure if he is the vice presidential candidate. He just wants to get him reelected. So I think there could be a lot of talk in the White House. They probably won't announce it till the summer that they would be doing a swap. They're going to, check the polling, see where their numbers lie, and then they'll make their decision. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be an Obama-Clinton ticket. Very certain of it.